let's talk in numbers, because there's a lot of people out there who don't realize being an entrepreneur. Because it sounds to me like you are able to follow process. You're able to understand the processes. How key was that into your entrepreneur endeavor and running these multiple businesses? How critical is being able to follow the money and understand the processes as an entrepreneur?
I really cannot take too much to say, hey, I know exactly how much it takes to do anything. Mm-hmm. But with me, a lot of it was trial and error.
Okay.
So I kind of learn as I go. I'm still making mistakes.
Okay.
But I don't look at it as mistakes. I look at it as lessons. Okay. Lessons learned. So this is a lesson that I learned from this. It's not going to happen again. Okay. And so I take that to the next project and the next project. Okay. But again, each project brings different situations that you have to deal with. Okay. And I'm being positive about it, mm-hmm. and I handle it. Okay. As it comes. But you don't allow it to take over your sleep or being too stressed out about it, okay. because it always works out. Regardless of which way it go. You cannot pay for experience. And that's okay. how I look at it. Because if you start counting dollars for, this is how much I paid for this training, mm-hmm. then you'll never get anywhere. So for me, I look at it, I learned this experience, but you cannot put a dollar figure to it.
Ooh. James, was she on our phone call this morning?
I think she was. I think she was peeking in our window. Wow. Man.
So we are talking about money and talking about...
We're talking about business expenses. Some like things like you can't pay for enough for training. Like a lot of times people get into business, they say, I don't want to take this class, I don't want to learn this. And people don't realize as an employee, there's expenses. We talked about, you got to pay for gas. Sometimes you got the school and education. So there's expenses just being an employee. If you got daycare, well, that's a cost to go work on a job. But then when people start the businesses, sometimes they don't want to, they start monitoring the calls and gets tight and they get scared. And it stops them from growing.
And that's the truth, because for me, you have to be willing to take risk. So those who are going to take risk, they're the ones that can make it. But when you are scared to take risk and you're holding it too tight, how can you be able to make it? So for me, I'm a risk taker, because I know if I'm going to do this, I can make it work.
Woo! She's betting on her.